Hey everybody, it's Charles Marks, Marks Jewelry Company. I'm here with Kat and the baby.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about different diamond shapes of stones. And I'm going to go through the whole series here and just kind of talk a little bit about each shape. And we're going to start with round. Round is, and this is, guys, this is going to be my opinion more than not. I'll say it that way. Round is, I would say, probably the prettiest shape for breathing fire. If you're not familiar, I might get a little redundant. Round is round, circular, just like it sounds, nothing overly complicated. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for the stone, it's going to be the prettiest shape. It's going to give the most brilliance, the most fire, more than the other shapes. Round is typically more expensive. Every shape other than round is considered a fancy shape by category. And most of the time, unless there's a premium, because they're very popular and in demand at the moment, they're going to be a little bit less per carat than round. The next one I'm going to talk about is princess. So when a stone is going to be for a lady, the salesperson is going to call it a princess cut. If it's going in a dude's ring, it's a square. Same thing. Pointy corners and just like a square. There's many variations of that. It can be a modified square. It could be a cut corner square. But the princess, we think of pointy corners, square shaped stone. Oh. So we are going to look at emerald shape. The thing about emerald shape is it's a different type of faceting. It's what we call step cut. And there's nowhere, literally, for an inclusion to hide. It's a very transparent stone. It's a stone with a lot of integrity. A lot of just windows and windows and windows. You really need a stone that's high clarity, very high clarity. Otherwise, it'll show and not really show well if there's inclusions in an emerald shape. Real pretty stone.
Is that one pretty popular with the in the cuts?
The people who like emerald shape love it and won't be swayed. Except this stone is very popular lately. This is Asher cut. And with Asher, you're thinking a square emerald shape. Same thing, but square. Does that angle work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is real pretty.
Yeah.
This is an option for that square shape as opposed to the princess. And now we're going to go old school and bust out a marquee. And marquee shape, for those who don't know, is the one that looks like a football. Marquee is dimensionally the largest shape per carat stone. If you put a half carat marquee next to, say, a half carat oval or round, the marquee is going to look massive. And Marquis has a strong following. People that like Marquis love it. And it can be very pretty. There are times where, and this applies to all the shapes, but Marquis especially, if it's out of proportion, it could look like a toothpick, literally, or it could look like a rounded oval. You want a Marquis shaped stone to have good proportion to it, so it looks like what the intention was. The other thing about a Marquis, if you get into it a little bit, I'm looking for something to point with. Right in the on opposite sides of the center, there's what looks like a bow tie. It's almost like a shading that occurs. I know that kind of looks like one of them Angry Bird things. But sometimes if the cut is not very, very good, it can present a stronger bow tie. You know what I mean? So you want to look for that too.
Okay.
Like this stone does not. It's not a good bow tie example. So the oval is dimensionally a smaller stone by carat. So what that means is, again, like the example of the Marquis, a half carat Marquis or carat Marquis next to a carat oval, the oval is going to look smaller. A lot of the weight is below the girdle, and the girdle is the outside perimeter of the stone. But it is pretty.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
So which one do you like so far, Kat?
I like the round. Something about the round ones. I like
like
the oval and the the round, the oval.
We're going to my favorite now. This is the Radiant. And when you think Radiant, just think kick-ass. That's all you got to think. The stone is awesome. Only awesome people can handle it. And it is that. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. I don't know. It's pretty subjective. People like different shapes for different reasons. It appeals to them for different reasons. There's really no wrong answer. There's one wrong answer or two wrong answers, but none of them so far. But that's the Radiant.
It's nice.
And then everybody likes to call this a teardrop.
Teardrop.
But it's not a teardrop. There's no such thing as a teardrop shaped stone. It's called a pear. Teardrop would be more pretty and romantic than a pear.
Yeah.
But we know what you mean when you say teardrop. And do I wear it with the point up? Do I wear it with the point down? You literally wear it. It's your stone. You wear it however you want to wear it. You wear it for you.
I like those. Yeah. I like the pear shaped.
Pear is another one that you can get a stone that looks a little bit larger dimensionally. It's one that we can kind of cheat a little bit on. Next one's the heart. If there's any guys watching this, it's important to understand you need to find out if your gal likes heart or not, because the ones that do, that's great, but the ones that don't really don't. And what about you, Kat? Are you a heart person or no?
Not really. I mean, they're pretty, but as I said, like I do prefer like the round. Like round or
so if
the
your
pear
husband
shaped.
got you a heart pendant, would that be cool, or would you rather it be an oval or a pear or anything different?
Honestly, I'd rather be a
you're not a heart person.
No, never.
Soulless,
It's
black heart. I get it. No, it's common. It's common. Some girls don't have a heart. This is a cushion shape, and this is what a lot of the more antique items were. It's gained in popularity a little bit. It's kind of a oval, radiant, roval. It doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. If I want an oval, get an oval. If I want a radiant, I'm getting a radiant. This is where looking at a lot of stones is beneficial until you find what you love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And again, just because I'm not a fan of the stone doesn't mean anything. What do I know? You know, we sell cushions all the time. Triangle, very difficult to make something appealing in a ring. I've never had much luck in the design on a triangle shaped stone in a ring. It's going to be very geometric. It almost looks like a Mercedes-Benz logo going on here. You could do some cool stuff in a pendant with it.
Mm-hmm.
But as a center stone in a ring, it's gotta find, there's gotta be a better option. So the final shape I want to talk about is trillion. So it's not quite triangle. You saw the triangle. The triangle didn't really pop. The trillion is got rounded, I don't know what to call it. The lines of the stone from point to point are rounded as opposed to just a hard straight line, and it gives it a lot more pop. Prettier stone, and it all comes down to the cut, you know. So I think if you're thinking triangle or trillion, depends on the size of the stone. But when it's a big enough stone to be of any concern, you know, the trillion definitely better. The prettiest thing I've seen in these would be like a tanzanite. You know, we've been talking mostly diamonds and so forth, but anyway, that is the little snapshot of different stone shapes. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this little assortment here back in front of everybody again. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, again, these are my opinions based on my experience as a salesperson, as a diamond setter, as a colored gemstone dealer. You know, you could probably find a GIA article or somewhere that'll disagree with me directly. This is just my opinion, you know. And I think the takeaway should be try stones on, try a lot of them on, and do not make a decision until you find something that you absolutely love. And I think we're just gonna put a pin in it right there.